Shout out, shout out.
We're being taken into a favela in central Rio. This area is a no-go zone for tourists, the government, and the police.
Yeah,
the favela
sense.
is under full control.
Bro, just look at that, bro. That is far beyond a normal project.
Zone
bro.
for tourists.
A normal project would be like one of these buildings or something, right? A couple of these buildings tied together, bro. But look at all of this, bro. All of these people just one stacked together, bro. Bro, like what do you expect? And them boys ain't getting out. Look at the quality of the houses, bro. Look at the quality. You know they're not getting that much bread over here, bro.
And the police. The favela is under full control of Brazil's oldest gang, an organization known as Red Command, or CV. One of the CV bosses has given us permission to enter. We're here to see what life is like in the favela when a gang takes on the role of a government.
Them boys ain't got no gut. That's crazy.
We're guided in by one of the many CV foot soldiers who...
Bro could literally lose his life doing this documentary, bro. This is pure heart. Like, you see Cut is clearly strapped. Does this look like a man in the military to you? Cut got a Jordan 23 shirt on, bro. This is a civilian, bro. Holding the street, holding the line.
all entrances to their neighborhoods.
Cut got a scope on an AR.
CV's enemies surround them in every direction.
É o sniper, os atiradores do sniper. Aqui, ó, aqui é os que vêm confrontam a gente.
Oh.
Minha facção é o Comando Vermelho.
Do you see yourselves as like the security of this favela?
Pô, nós achamos, sim, claro. Aqui nós tá um pra proteger o outro. Nós aqui ajudamos os moradores para não ser esculachado pelo governo. Se nós não tiver na comunidade, já era a comunidade, acaba. Aí nós tá ganhando essas coisas também, pra ficar forte, entendeu? Aí quem ajuda é o tráfico.
God, look at the setup. They got the Glock. Bro, they got real americano stuff, really.
Quem
Like,
ajuda é a
they got
gente,
Motorola's.
porque eles são uma bosta de uma merda. Papo é, rouba tudo. Ruins são eles, nós não é bom. Nós só mata as pessoas que é nosso inimigo. Aí os outros ficam jogando na mídia, falando que nós matamos morador, isso.
Ah, ok. The revolutionaries.
Nós só mata que é bandido contra bandido. O Comando Vermelho não é destruimento para nada do Rio de Janeiro. O Comando Vermelho é uma... Tipo, se não existisse o comando, o que seria os moradores na favela? Os polícias iam vir, cobra taxa, cobra não sei o quê, esculacha, some com as pessoas, acerta a hora para voltar para casa.
So, like, it's probably a cycle, bruh. This didn't just happen. Like, they didn't just become them, like, without there being some type of violence, bruh. Obviously, there has been gangs and stuff like that, but they're not choosing to just be a gang. Like, they're being the originators. Like, you know how gangs used to be, like, the OGs, like, oh yeah, protect the block. That's how they be. Or how they say they're being.
Entendeu? Nós não. Nós deixamos eles à vontade, bota trabalho na comunidade.
I mean, look, they gotta be that, because they have reporters coming in and stuff. A real gang wouldn't go for that. They'd be like, yeah, slide. Instant hostage. Immediate money.
What's it like
Immediate.
What's it
Immediate. You
like
know how many
growing up
reporters
here?
probably got scooped on some goofy?
It looks to me like there's no presence from the government at all. What's it like?
Pô, desde novinho, quando era pequeno, a minha função era jogar futebol e seguir outras carreiras. Desde quando esses caras entrou na comunidade, estragou muitas coisas, entendeu?
Oh my gosh. Yo, Cole used to just want to play football, go pro, man. He said the police entered and it got worse. Like, imagine that, bro. You think, all right, yeah, we got police now, bro. It's going to be more secure. We safe at night. Them boys start milking each restaurant, each community, each building. Start milking them boys. We need everything. We the police, what you gonna say?
Aí, tipo, devido meu irmão entrou nessa vida, eu entrei também. Aí daí, tipo, eu tive um sonho de sair dessa vida, tá ligado? Mas devido os caras destruíram minha vida, levando a vida do meu irmão. Aí, tipo, ele foi tomando um tiro pelas costas, os caras foram lá e executou ele perto. Aí eu falei, pô, só vai me tirar desse fim até a morte, tá ligado? Aí eu falei, pô, aí depois disso eu lutei.
Fuck, I'm sorry to hear that, bro.
Okay. It all makes sense now. No, it actually is a war. It actually is a war.
Me tirar desse fim até a morte, tá ligado? Aí eu falei, pô, aí depois disso eu lutei.
Fuck, I'm sorry to hear that, bro.
E nada disso vai mudar a nossa vida também, porque um dia nós pode morrer, entendeu? Se o Deus tocar no meu coração pra sair, eu vou sair também.
I gotta get some better camo, bruh. I feel like he's genuine, but I don't know.
CV's presence is felt far and wide across Brazil. The gang has gained over 25,000 members in the 40
Damn, that's a gang!
years they've been active.
A bandeira e o
That's a
hino
gang!
são símbolos nacionais.
Brazil in the
25K is an army,
1970s.
bro.
A US-backed military dictatorship controlled the country with an iron fist. Extrajudicial killings, forced disappearances,
Oh, this is not, he's not just saying stuff, y'all boys. This has actually been reported.
mass censorship. Armed rebels rose up and began fighting back. Police were killed and riots broke out. Before long, Rio's prisons were full of battle-hardened leftist guerrillas, specifically at the Candido Mendes penal colony. There, militants shared cells with local criminals who'd also been locked up by the junta. All under the same roof, all facing abuse in the prison. The two groups joined forces to protect themselves, rebel fighters in league with street criminals.
No, y'all seeing this? Rebel fighters.
It was an effective alliance that gave birth to Comando Vermelho, CV.
Oh, so it was like the rebels and the criminals joined together. Yo!
Brazil's military junta
The police must be like, you have to think about how bad the police must be, bruh. For the criminals to join the rebellion? Bro, that's not normal.
ruled from
Most criminals are selfish as hell. For them to join something and
1964
fighting
to
something.
1985.
Yo.
At that time, CV spread like wildfire. They were highly active inside and outside prison. They got into drug trafficking and became a highly violent organization. By the end of the dictatorship, CV controlled around 70% of the drug trade in Rio and became a serious problem for the state.
70%. Them boys joining together made them boys more bread than fighting.
So CV became the state. These shanty
Wait, they got enough power to own Brazil?
towns, initially built by former slaves in the 1800s, have long been abandoned by the government. And so, a mix of violence, intimidation, and genuine community support led CV to become the de facto authority of their favelas. This meant they had to keep
Is this a favela commercial?
the police out. In Brazil, the security forces have been corrupt for a long time.
Bro, it's crazy seeing different parts of the world, bro. How like they were going through their things during different times, around the same times that we was going through our stuff. Yo, you see, that's police. That's the police. Y'all just saw that, right? That's the cuz just dragged. Cuz was already like knocked out, like he was already sleeping. Finished his ass around the car.
Involved in organized
Yeah.
crime
It makes sense. It makes sense now. The boys are actual rebels. It makes sense.
themselves and are the natural enemy of the countless different gangs of Brazil.
Like, yo, you see your police doing this every day, like just actually putting people down unarmed. Of course.
Now in
You're not just
2025,
gonna-
CV is a huge international criminal enterprise. They're involved in drug trafficking, weapons dealing, armed
Of course
robbery,
not. Of
kidnap
course.
to order, murder for hire, money laundering,
He said his brother got shot in the back and then they finished. Like, bro, you just seen it again.
you name it.
Yeah, no. I would not.
We're taken deeper into the favela by a CV affiliate who's agreed to show us around.
Hold on, my dude.
Due to
What up, my
CV's control of it, the
That
gang
boy's
is able
happy though, I ain't gonna
to
lie.
do business completely out in the open,
What is
dealing
that?
drugs, firearms,
Another Glock. Them boys got sticks.
and anything else.
So we've turned up at a cellar spot where they're all selling various drugs. For some reason, I've just been handed this rifle. I don't really know what to do now. You want this? Someone take it, man.
He said, hey, you're part of the battle now.
Organised into semi-autonomous cells, CV is active in drug trafficking all over the place. From here in Rio to the Paraguay border, the Amazon region, and beyond.
They got extendos out there too. How are they getting
They're
all?
constantly
Yo, got like a DayZ nigga,
drug
bro.
trafficking
Not,
all over the place.
bro. G
From
like
here
a
in Rio to
DayZ
the
member,
Paraguay
bro.
border, the Amazon region,
Why he
and
like
beyond.
he in a fucking zombie survival game, bro? You cannot tell me that's not a DayZ person, bro. That is literally what I wear. Fucking walkie and all, bro. Ski mask with the buoy. This man's in a battle zone, bro.
They're constantly fighting rival gangs for
What the? I didn't even know they still had. Is that a Mac?
control,
The kid's right there.
especially here in Rio.
Kid's right there. He has a Mac,
Shots
right?
fired nearby.
And the kids was right there. Okay. 74 you? 74 you? Yeah, yep. He on the scooter with
The
a...
past year, CV has been heavily moving on the turf of their
Crazy.
rivals. Gun battles break out often. We're ushered away to a lookout spot as the gang mobilizes.
Hello.
English. Yo. I didn't even know Cannon had bags.
Wow.
Oh, I did some research, boys.
CV2?
Tipo, aqui é uma facção que lá, entendeu? Ali aqui é comando vermelho, lá também é uma facção. Sendo que lá já é outro morro. Lá já é outro comando, entendeu? Já é outro homem que comanda, outro cara, que é dividido. Aqui é o Morro do Falete Fogueteiro, onde que a gente estamos. Ali é o Morro dos Prazeres. Isso aqui embaixo aqui é a divisa. Aqui já é a rua que corta os dois morros, entendeu? Desse lado pra cá, estamos no Falete.
This yours?
Desse lado pra cá, estamos no Falete.
What's it like living here and growing up all in this favela? Do you ever get to leave or you just here all
It's, both of them are CV, bro?
the
Both?
time?
Pô, cara, eu fico muito no morro, né? Tipo, eu tenho pavor com a novinha, tipo, essa vida novinha, né? Aí, tipo, você cria de comunidade, a gente tem pouca oportunidade na vida, né? Por isso, eu me entreguei pra esse lado, entendeu? Pra gente é normal, né? A gente desde pequeno vendo isso. Tem comunidade, né? Quando eu não tô de plantão, quando eu não tô na minha função, tô sempre do lado dos amigos. A gente fica 24 horas na boca. Entendeu? Sempre esperando o fator surpresa acontecer. Porque vier acontecer, ela tá sempre preparada, sempre esperando. Entendeu? Seu dia a dia é esse.
If you didn't
That's
have-
where they live, my boy. They in a war zone where they live. Like, what are they supposed to do? The military is taxing the jobs. So for them to even get a normal job is gonna get taxed. So their boss cannot pay them that much. So for them to even eat normally, bruh, the government already taxing them on the tax that they already given them. And they're trying to take more with the police. Of
Be
course, the
doing
boy
this,
picking
what
up
would
the
you prefer to
Drake,
do?
man.
Ah,
You
seria
ain't give him
músico,
no
né?
other options, man.
Seria músico. Eu
He looking at the
ser também,
Drake
tipo, uma
or his
época da vida eu me
freaking
dediquei,
work
mas
outfit.
na
Drake
época
or
que eu
work
saí do
outfit.
crime, cheguei
Like,
na afastada do crime uma época pra tentar me dedicar, sendo que não tive muita oportunidade, né? Às vezes não tive muita paciência. Acabou que eu voltei pra cá de novo, acabei que...
People's dreams die in the favela. Opportunity is scarce, and the residents are often seen as second-class citizens by other Brazilians. The average life expectancy here is just 48 years old.
like them boys in olden times. Like them boys is in Viking ages, bruh. Like them boys is in Viking ages. 48, bro. Cuz just start getting some gray in his beard, he go down. Like, yo, that's just based off
If
of
you're
where
not
they
killed in a
live.
gang shootout, or by deprivation or drugs, you might be killed by police. Death and violence is everywhere in the favela. But there are people in the community who are trying to break the cycle.
So as well as all the obvious open-air criminality, CV actually do put money back into the community. They actually built this sports hall. Ironically enough, it's kind of used to kind of keep kids off of the streets and not actually get into the gang world. So we're going to go and speak to a guy who's putting on a wrestling class for the local kids here in the favela.
Estabilizou! Eu quero que coloque pra baixo e estabilize. Here we teach luta livre.
Nah, that boy wrestling probably. Look at his eyes. Is that like a normal human being? He will choke you out in less than a second, bro. Choke you, and he does wrestling, bro. He said it's a grappling style. You see him?
Grappling style similar with jiu-jitsu, but without gi. Right now we won the nationals and the international cup. So the kids love fight. Fight is their lives.
How did you get it started like here? Because this is obviously an area that a lot of people don't go to.
I grew up here.
Yeah.
I live here since all my life. So I know all the kids since day one. We start here because we kind of feel that we need to give the kids the opportunity to be someone. We teach to...
That's raw, bro. That's raw, genuine. That's like genuine as let me drink some water. That's just super.
So the kids have a bright future.
It's the hood, bro. They got hoods
like
in different, in different colors, bro.
Especially
I didn't know that.
Because of my background history. My father used to be a cop. You know? Yeah, you know. And he died when I was 2. He got murdered. And when I have 2 years, so I grew up without a father. It was very complicated in favela. And I was thinking in get revenge or bad feelings, you know. But when I make 18, I start to think, oh, I have to make a thing to the kids.
See, now you see both sides of it, bro. His pops was a cop. He probably got murked by the gang members because maybe his pops was doing something bad too. You don't know.
Don't follow what the guy make with my father.
But you see,
so
he still chose a completely different path from both. That's just like this guy right here is the prime example of you don't have to follow what you see.
The families have a good future, a bright future.
Do you feel like there's maybe a bad rap, like this area gets like a lot of bad press when it's maybe not warranted, or do you think like it's, you know, it's understandable?
It's complicated.
Right.
Yeah, it's complicated because the government don't come to help. We don't have help here, so I'll do it for free. It's very complicated, but it's a life, you know. We live in a favela.
And like the gangs around here, are they kind of cool with this? They like what you're doing?
Yeah. A lot of gang members, they put the kids on to do. Because they could see that this is an opportunity to the kids get a right path, you know. So
they bring their own kids, like, go wrestle, bro. Stop worrying about what I'm doing over here. Cause look, they growing up. Look, they seeing it every day. It's in the house. It's in the. You can hide it, but so well from kids. You can hide it, but so well. So boom, it's in the house. They seeing it every day. And kids are touchy, bro. They want to grab everything. So boom, they try to grab what you working on and stuff. Boom, they over there looking at it every day. They see what you doing. They want to be just like you. So how are you gonna hide it? Like, how are you gonna try to hide it? You gotta like give them different things to look at, give them different things to see. Of course, they're gonna put them in the rest.
They like that. They support.
You said the government has kind of like abandoned the area. Do they do anything here? Like, is any of this linked to the government?
No.
No?
No.
Wow. So who built this?
Self-funded, innit?
The favela.
The favela built it?
Yeah,
Okay,
the guys,
yeah.
you know.
You talking about the gang? The gang built that bit. That's crazy.
The gang members.
That's interesting though. It's unusual.
The gang built it. You heard them, bro. The government ain't do no type of rehabilitation, nothing. They sent them boys to go get more money. They sent them boys to get more.
It was incredible because it's
the gang built something to help the community.
All right, man. I'll let you go on. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
I'll start right now.
I think it's amazing what you're doing, man. Thanks so
Thank
much.
you.
Cool.
De pé, todo mundo.
Oh.
Casas duplas aí, vamos movimentar. Casas duplas. Rapidez.
That's a W, bro.